Good morning from Chicago, the risk management capital of the world. I'm Alan Nuckman here at the CME Group with the Morning Market Stir for Monday, November the 2nd. Little profit-taking unwinding at the end of the week. Another positive week in stocks. Saw about a 0.5% loss across the board on Friday. Even the S&P 2074 down 9 points on the session, but positive on the week, a gain of 0.2%. Continue this upward streak. Dow futures down 90 points on Friday, 17,594, a 16-point gain on the weekly basis. And lastly was the Nasdaq down 18 at 4643. The Nasdaq led the way, up 0.5% on the week, continuing to make some new relative highs after that August plunge that we saw. Currencies, we saw the dollar index hover around the 97 level, 97.02 down 34. The euro currency 110.09. Back to these important pivot points. The euro currency was essentially unchanged on the week. Bond market moving lower, 156 actually up a little bit, 156.14 up 19. What was moving lower were yields. Bond prices moving up, yields moving back down a little bit after the sell-off that we saw in treasuries last week. Crude oil gaining 50 cents at 46.60, forming a base, made some new relative lows last week, and a higher close. Crude oil gained $1 on a weekly basis, so that could be a sign of a possible near-term bottom. The high on Friday, to keep an eye on, was $47 a barrel. And lastly was gold. Gold was down $6, 11.40. The loss for the week last week was $22, and we've seen some unwinding there with the strength of the U.S. dollar. So after a positive week and some solid follow-through in the stock indexes, where do the markets stand here on this Monday morning? Well, we're steady right now. We're up 1 point in the E-mini S&P, 2075, up 5 points at 17,600 in the Dow futures, and up 5 points in the Nasdaq 100 at 46.48, with still a lot of earnings to come in this week. The dollar's hovering at the 97, euro 110.19, which is up 10 points. The bond market's down 15 at 155.31. The yields as they stand right now, after the sell-off that we've seen last week, where the market had been hovering around that 158 level for a long time, now we're back down to 156 or so, 295 in the 30-year and 217 in the highly watched 10-year note. So a big bounce off that 2% support in treasuries there. Crude oil down 75 cents at 45.85, and gold down $4, 11.37. So to wrap up this current action with 2 hours to go before the cash stock market opens, steady in the stock indexes, up 1 in the S&P, up 5 in the Dow, and up 5 in the Nasdaq 100 futures, with a lot of earnings to hit the calendar. I will see you early Tuesday morning for your morning market stir to set up your trading day. Alan Nuckman here at the CME Group, where it all comes back to commodities.